Good after evening, noon, whatever it is, folks. Welcome back to a wonderful adventure. Now you might be thinking, what wonderful adventure are we going to test today? Honey, read the title. Like, really, it's not that complex. The sun is shining. You can see it on my bright ass forehead. And today we are going to be doing something very special. Today we're going to play one of my favorite quest lines, because it is the quest line that kind of showed us the new generation of main quests that we would get in Black Desert. To put it in perspective, when I played this the first time, I was very surprised because this quest line is voice acted. And I thought that they did a patch where they voice acted everything. And I was wrong. So wrong. Anyway, so Atoraxxion was released around 2020. Good times, I miss them. Where basically it was a peak of, well, being stuck in our houses. And Black Desert showed us something to really wow us. A new take on questlines. No longer shall you go and kill 2000 monsters just because you can. No, no, no. Now, it's all about introducing the thing that every single player has been asking for since the conception of Black Desert Online. Group content and a dungeon. That's right. Black Desert has dungeons. How many, you ask? It's actually just one, but divided in 3 parts. But yes, they do exist, and this introduces the concept of a dungeon. They don't call it a dungeon. Obviously, it's a instance place,
which is a bit weird because technically dungeons are instances, so separate maps.
It's like elves. They don't call the elves elves, they call them Ganells because...
No, like, the issue is that in Black Desert Online, dungeons are not instanced. They are not in a separate map, like it can be the Magnus, which is actually probably under the map, or above, we're not sure. But it's Atoraxxion physically exists in the map.
Yeah, there are some parts that are instance, but the majority of Atoraxxion is just a place that you go through. And to put in perspective, now it's been quite nerfed so that people can actually do the damn thing. Because before you needed to find how many was it? Five. So 4 other people to do it besides you, but they had to be 4 other people who had high enough gear and cared enough to come and help you. That's kind of brought some issues around, because not everyone had the chances to be high gear, because it was a lot harder back in the day, which is why a lot of people are not so happy that now we have such an easier time to gear up. Still hard because it's no percent base chance, and when you click and you lose 50 billion, I know what it feels like. I do. But this is just to kind of highlight the issue that Atoraxxion had, which has been addressed, by the way. It's not like it's training. The issue was that, like, yeah, we do have group content, but it is not worth to do it, and quite hard to do. And if you didn't have the right gear, the right classes, well, you can just go and grind alone, I guess. Just not do group content. So for a long time, we were actually scared to do Atoraxxion. We were struggling in the beginning to do it. Now, I think, is yours still a seasonal?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, mine still is. Now you have a story mode, and you can also play like on the seasonal server, which is nerfed and will help you out. So what happened? Well, after Odilita, the last questline when everything has been revealed, the question is, where do we go from here? Because Adum is coming. He didn't. there's tensions everywhere, so everyone's big question, who cared about lore, was okay, now what? The answer from Pearl Abyss was Atoraxxion, which is connected to the main storyline kinda, but it pulls back away from Hadum and back to Ilezra. You will see how.
Yeah.
And then fillers.
In order to start the main quest of Atoraxxion, the last stronghold, each account, each player has to complete another main quest, kinda quick and fast, called Invitation from Someone Beckons. So why aren't we actually playing it right now? Because we don't know according to what reasonment, but you can't do this main quest. It's a full quest line, quick, short, but a full quest line that you can do only once per account. And so we of course already played it and didn't know the first time that it was family based, because yes, it was common knowledge that some parts of the main quest are playable only once, but usually it's more about in specific interactions. No, in this case the full quest line is gone once you do it. And that's bullshit, and I will explain why. I wrote an article on the forum where you can also find the video of the guide, because, like, of course, I had to play it once at least to have it on the channel. We could have played the video and read from the video, but it was a little bit long. So instead, I wrote this article on the forum where I told the story of this main quest, and is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to read it in order to give you the background, the introduction of Atoraxxion, because the point of this little question was to present Atoraxxion and hint also at Mountain of Eternal Winter that came between the second part of Atoraxxion and the third one, because in theory Atoraxxion is divided in 4 parts. The last one, or Zekia, still has to come. We don't know when, because right now we know that the next step will be Land of the Morning Light Part 2. So for now we have until Yolunakia. We'll see all the names while we play the quest line. So what's the story of Invitation from I? We finished Dilita, we are waiting for new indications from whoever, and we receive an invitation, a request. So, Aon Kirus, Chief of Tarif, if Swittzy can gently show where Tarif is on the map.
That way.
Swittzy is a very funny person.
There's Tarif. You see it? You see this little village? This piece of shit village in Putni.
It's the village of the sorcerers founded by Kartia. So, Aon Kirus, Chief of Tarif, urgently requests... Please keep showing the thingy to give context. Thank you. Aon Kirus, Chief of Tarif, urgently requests our presence due to a strange phenomenon occurring within the village, the magic nullification phenomenon. Nobody in Tarif ever experienced something like this. The victims woke up one morning with all their magic gone. The sorcerers tried to solve the issue, but the number of those losing magic only seemed to rise. Thus, they summoned us due to our title of Hero of Media. The Black Spirit suggests speaking to the first villagers who lost their magic, a man, a woman, and a child. The man explains that nothing out of the ordinary happened. He spent the day at the inn, stumbled home, and straight to the bed. When he woke up, his magic was gone. As far as concerned the woman, the day before the nullification, unexpectedly she felt tremendously exhausted. The day after, she woke up without magic. At last, the child says she had a full night of uninterrupted deep sleep. Once again, she woke up, no magic. At this point, the common thread is clear. All of them felt kinda drained. While talking to the villagers, the Black Spirit notices a kid staring at us. She seems to know something. Better talk to her. The little girl introduces herself as Kisha and explains she saw something weird. Contrary to what they said, all those who lost their powers visited the same place the night before the nullification. Moreover, their eyes were clouded and they kept staggering when they walked, just like they were being controlled by something or someone. The place is on a hill not too far from the village. We ask Kisha to show us the spot. There we find a suspicious stone grave that bears a dangerous aura. We examine it. It appears to have some sort of magic-absorbing spell cast upon it, but we can't identify the source of the spell. Kisha explained that as soon as the villagers touched it, all their magic was stolen. Then, why not tell to Aaron Kyros? Well, Kisha was worried about the chief visiting the place and losing her magic as well. On the contrary, we appear to be strong enough to deal with it, and without any magic to lose. Thanks, Kisha. As far as we know, there are no special interaction concerning sorceresses. That's weird. Given the situation, the Black Spirit suggests destroying the suspicious stone grave. Fair. When in doubt, smash it out. After destroying the stone grave, we head back to Tarif to check the consequences of our actions. The villagers regain all of their powers. Nice. Time to report to the chief. Alongside our deeds explanation, we theorize that the culprit might have suffered the destruction of the artifact too. And guess what? Aon Kyros saw an outsider fainting the moment the villagers regained their magic. Kisha recognizes him as the culprit, however, we need proof. We go investigate the warehouse surroundings. Meanwhile, the stranger is passed out. We find a parchment that reads: to activate the Heart of Atomagia, I'll need a large amount of magic, nearly as much as the magic possessed by the villagers here. I spent over a month completing this spell. Once I've gathered all of their magic, I shall seek out the heart. Asha Ancient Ruins. Supposedly that's where the heart resides. I've not enough time. I shall be meeting with that one very soon. But that's not all. There's also a book hidden in a box filled with sacks of grain. Atop of the mountain of eternal winter lies the holy flame Ynyx, said to even burn the gods. Yet, Ynyx's flame will only be made whole by the heart of Atomagia. Without it, those who seek after Ynyx's flame shall be burnt to ash. And this is one of the first moments when the Mountain of Eternal Winter is mentioned, and the Ynyx, alongside the Heart of Atomagia. The Heart of Atomagia will be the whole point of whole of Atoraxxion, or big part of it, while Mountain of Eternal Winter is strictly connected and involves basically the matters concerning the Ynyx. The Black Spirit reminds us that we already heard about the Ynyx at the Bahit Sanctum in Odilita. True, and in fact you also have special interactions if you are a guardian there, although the Bahitram never mentioned the Heart of Atomagia. Time to travel to Asha Ancient Ruins. But first, Aon Kyros recognized a symbol belonging to the barbarians who worship Ilesra. You know, the one that is graved like all over Altinova. We saw it in the main quest of Medea. Now it's time to live for real. And please show where Asha ruins are. No? Down? Yeah, there. Okay. Once we arrive at Ancient Ruins, we find Maruv, a sorcerer sent by Alan Serving, one of the founders of the Reef, to check why Tungret is teeming with monsters inside the ruins. Never mentioned anymore this thing, by the way, in the future, although she underestimating the monster and she got separated from her colleagues. We ask if she's seen anyone else entering or passing by. Nobody. At last, before letting us go, she asks us to tell her friends she's waiting at the entrance if we find them. Spoiler, we didn't find them. Given that given what Maruv said, we are certain to have preceded Ilesra, because we are stupid and we don't actually think that there are other entrances. So we start looking for the place marked on the parchment. We head deeper and deeper in until we reach a wall with some terse ancient characters scribbled on it. It appears to be one word rather than a sentence. By the way, if you are a sage, you can clearly read the word Atoraxxion, because that's the word the text of the quest hints at. But of course, you can only read the ancient text if you are a sage. I don't know about the scholar, because of course you can play it only once, so if there are other special interactions, we have no clue. Even if confused, the Black Spirit thinks the Heart of Automagia might be in the chamber behind the wall and points out a strange symbol on the wall. The symbol, if I remember correctly, should be the one that represents Vamalkia, the first region of Atoraxxion. Upon pressing it, we feel a slight vibration on our fingertips, and a letter falls from the wall. It's an invitation from someone. And at that point, yes, it's clear that someone is Ilesra. Greetings. It's been a while, hasn't it? I wonder how you'll react upon reading this letter. For you see, you won't find the Heart of Automagia there. Unfortunately for you, the Heart of Automagia is actually here. I shall wait for your arrival. Surely you wouldn't deny my invitation, would you? I'll be sending someone to guide you. I look forward to seeing you real soon. And this is very important because it's going to explain why certain things happen in the first part of Atoraxxion Vamalkia. And also we already had an hint. That's why we played the Awakening and Succession of the Sage, because it's due to the Sage that everything kinda started. Because if you remember, in the Awakening and Succession of the Sage, we travel through a portal in Anator until the Ancient Stone Chamber in Balenos, finding the Talibres door leading towards Atoraxxion. And probably the way this happened is that Ilesra, thanks to this opening, managed to travel through Atoraxxion to Ancient Ruins, leave the letter and go back from that way. That's why Maruv didn't see anyone coming, like entering the ruins. Because basically there's another way to get in. As always, we start with the Black Spirit. Because let's remember that, no, fun fact, this is fucking stupid because in Black Desert Online it rises from the west. We don't give a flying fuck.
Yes. Oh, you mean that idiot Shy?
Yep.
She was summoned by Lady Lauren, the true chairwoman. Look, unless it's urgent, I think it's best you wait. Word on the street is Yaz has made quite a mess of things. That little brat Yaz. What was she thinking? That coming here and taking responsibility would fix everything. Ha! After what Bobby Lauren did too, well, I've never seen a ladyship this mad before. What? You want to see Yaz and Lady Lauren together? Your funeral. You'll find the chairwoman where she's always at. She thinks very highly of you, you know. So I reckon you've no need to worry. Now, off you trot.
And like what he said at the beginning is a reference to the Serendia main quest that in theory should be reworked, but I guess it will keep that bit at this point, since Atoraxxion is comprehended in those quest lines that should be like done, not need to be retouched.
That little brat.
What was he thinking,
I already have my hands full with other things. Yes, I understand Shais often fail to comprehend subtle hints, so I'll warn you very clearly. There is a limit to my patience.
I'm sorry. I really am. But Martha and Lafi, they aren't the type to just up and run without paying for something. What I'm saying is... Oh, actually, why am I the one apologizing? Oh, you finally got here. You know how anxious I've been waiting for you.
Yaz, is this the person that intends to help you?
No.
If you're here at Yaz's behest, then you must already know what the situation is, correct?
Well, yeah.
It shames me to speak so candidly to the hero of Serendia, but as a merchant, I suppose I must. To get to the point, I'm told you're a friend of Yaz's. She tells me that you'll be paying for her stay at the inn. If you're here at Yaz's behest, then you must already know what the situation is, correct?
No, it's Serendia. No, there is a common path where Yaz is referenced because you have to talk to Orwen, and Yaz is sleeping. Yeah. Yeah, talking to Yaz properly is from it's from Calvin, because the first time you see her awake should be when she's healing Eden next to the harpies. Încă mă Silviu, nu dilita. And they change his personality as well, by the way, because like if you check Serendia in Calphion, the personality is not the one of the reward one you find in Balenus and Atoraxxion. They made him like a himbo, like the fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah, and the whole point, is, as Swittzy is saying, is that she's not there in Balenos, Breaker of Chain, so...
As I suspected. Yaz, you do yourself an injustice bringing our hero into this. Do you intend to mock me further? I assume you
Perhaps.
know the archaeologists Martha Kean and Lafi Bedmountain. Of course you do. You are acquainted with Yaz after all.
And fun fact, you talk more with Martha and Lafi, because at least they are in Breaker of Chains.
Just as things start to settle down with Bobby, these people immediately come along to test my patience.
Another reference to Serendia main quest.
You must think business is booming, what with all these guests. Well, you'd be wrong. Do you know how much silver they still owe me? Take a guess at how many workers they've hired. Filled the entire inn with them, then vanished without paying for the rooms. And their friend here not only refuses to pay, but insists on prattling on about matters completely unrelated. Apparently, Lafi and Martha have gone missing in the ancient stone chamber. Honestly, trying to use that old chestnut as an excuse. Unbelievable.
Why?
Just as things
Like,
start to
it's
settle
quite
down
stupid
with
what they
Bobby,
say.
These people immediately come along to test my
Because, like, objectively, like, would you believe someone telling, oh yes, my friends got lost in an archaeological site? Like, bro, are you kidding me? I understand Grace in this case.
Now hang on just a moment. Did you just tell her I'm only an acquaintance? How rude! How could you say such a thing? I called you here because you're supposed to be my friend. Well, anyway, we discovered a new type of ancient weapon that we've never seen before. What's going on here? You do remember, right? Who we are? The protectors of secrets, the secret guards. We also discover secrets that are, well, better kept secret. Lafi discovered an ancient text in the ancient stone chamber and insisted that Martha go with him. Why? Who knows? But the worrying thing is that they just suddenly disappeared. Spooky, right? Huh? You don't think that's spooky? I need to find out what's going on, but that woman's keeping me hostage until she gets her payment. I don't know the reason either. This is just as unfair to me too.
Well, but apparently I have to pay. Yeah, let's go figure out what happened.
We must come up with a plan. It's foolish to simply waste time here. Their constant bickering was beginning to get on my nerves. But now that they've disappeared, I must admit I'm starting to worry.
Don't worry, they're probably fine. They said the word Stronghold of Salvation was written there. Is that so? Stronghold of Sinners was what I heard. Well, I reckon there's a chance they might never return, you know?
It wasn't just a new type of ancient weapon they discovered in the ancient stone chamber. There's also that suspicious-looking door. If memory serves, it was behind the mural. Our loudmouth, grumpy employer said so. Leading the free will of Tally, whatever it's called. We must come up with a plan. It's foolish to simply waste time here. And then Martha, at that moment, with the look in her eyes, like a rabbit who had just found a fresh patch of grass to nibble at, she pushed Lafi to continue deciphering the ancient text. Text written on the weapon in the shape of a slithering snake. They were at it for quite some time. Then, all of a sudden, a light flashed from that mysterious door. Why, when that happened, she went hurtling over to it. Lafi tried to stop her, but that only led to him vanishing too.
What? Martha ran in there herself? And after bossing around poor naive Lafi? Just wait till I get her.
We must come up with a...
How did I get out? Oh, that was super simple. I managed to calm down that bossy old chairwoman. She let me go because you're such a trustworthy hero, and you showed up like I said you would. Oh, my head. Why would you run into something like that? You're a real troublemaker, you. Oh, what's with that look on your face? You could have been a little more helpful, you know. But what's done is done, and we need to go to the chamber now. Shall we bring some of Martha's things with us? Oh, my head.
The blood-eyed invaders, the last stronghold of the land, the advent of production and augmentation, the architect of Atoraxxion.
Huh? What? You can read it too? What's written on here then? Well?
Dekia, and the four Dekima, the final battle, the heart of Atamagia.
Is this about the newly discovered ancient weapon? What's this? Atoraxxion. Is that how you read it? Those guys! You know what? I bet Martha and Lafi left on their own so they could have all the fun. So, I was hoping you could pay for their rooms. Pretty please. Atomagia. Ancient text. It means the Legion of Ators, the ancient giants. Well, that's that. But you know, Yaz the Clever is the knower of everything. And you know, they say there's no such thing as a poor hero. Yes, I'm talking to you. I could hear the sound of coins jingling in your purse a mile off. How about I let you see the new ancient weapon if you agree to pay our debts at the end for us? Please, I don't have the money either.
Do you have the bar? I have to buy
Yaz
one.
informed me that you'd be paying for them. As such, I've been waiting keenly for you to arrive. Finally paying up. It seems Yaz wasn't all talk after all. Very well, since it just so happens to be you, I'll make a special exception and waive this week's interest. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, this covers everything. Payment received. Wouldn't it have been much less painful if you'd done this at the start? For both our sakes. Please speak to her so nothing like this should ever happen again.
Wow,
It's the value, not the number.
This is one generous hero right here. And doesn't it make you feel good seeing me feel this great? I'm going to wrap up here and head over with the workers. Go on ahead to the ancient stone chamber and find Eden. Show him Martha's journal and he'll show you the new ancient weapon. Ah, yeah, that's right. He might be reluctant to. Oh well. Thank you so much. Go on ahead. I'll catch up later.
And now Swittzy will need to wait for me. Okay, but we have to talk to Eden. Oh, because, yeah, they didn't synchronize it, yeah, my love, yeah.
What brings you here? Well, I never. You're the person Yaz asked to help us? Martha, such a reckless girl. And still they fail to consider the consequences of their actions. Seems like my colleagues owe you a deep debt of gratitude. This is where Martha and Lafi disappeared. Even just thinking about it makes my head ache. Martha, such a reckless girl.
Lafi, take a look at this.
What now? Oh, I can't deny it. This is a pretty decent find. Guess Eden was wrong to call you an amateur.
What? He said I'm a what? An amateur? Oh, the nerve of that man. Going around saying things like that.
Well, as the energy of the sky weakens considerably, an anger that will shake the very ground will come for you. We hope to prepare 100,000 Ators, civilization's only line of defense, and train them in climes cold, hot, humid, and dry.
Does that remind you of the ancient civilization's weapon training grounds? Oh, Lafi, this too!
Hold your horses! You're like a choppy on a full moon.
No, I will not, Lafi. I'm curious about that place.
To stop the dark, blood-eyed invaders, the last stronghold, Atoraxxion.
She's so reckless. How is she never afraid? I'm sure Martha must have touched something. There's no way Talabray's door would have just opened on its own. That Martha, such a fearless woman. No doubt she got swept away by the light. How Lafi puts up with her, I'll never know.
So we have to
His hair's
ungroup.
bound to fall out.
Yeah, I know. It's because you didn't change it before. So until now you were in very low. Yes. Yes.
How Lafi puts up with her, I'll never know. His hair's bound to fall out soon from stress.
In Atoraxxion. No, he said. Once you talk to him, he says, I escaped.
The workers nearby tried to grab Martha and Lafi, but I guess it was to no avail. But wait, that ancient weapon. Something's off about it. It definitely wasn't in that pose before. You know, I haven't slept well these last few nights. Maybe I'm starting to hallucinate. How Lafi puts up with her, I'll...
Be thankful about the fact that I have you.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
We meet again. Though much time has passed since then, does my voice stir memories within you? And what do you think of the new ancient weapon? Were you awestruck? Soon tens of thousands of them will converge upon your homes. But how is this possible, you ask? Come this side if you wish to find out. Past Talabray's door to Atoraxxion.
And fun fact, before was far worse because you had a list of items you had to combine together to make the tier that was the fuel to activate the heart of Atomagia. And the issue is that every fucking time, like if you wanted to go out because you needed to take something from the maids, recover your gear and whatnot, you had to re-put the fuel, and like the items were referring the prophecy of the coming of the advent of the black spirits that justify the yeah, same. Would you like to read it? You can go to the other character that has it and read it. Okay. Okay. Midcore. Fair point. The recipe, yeah. Do you want to show the invitation from I? And in fact, is what I put in the thing as well.
That's not. Oh. Oh. That's. And this is supposed to be the prophecy, as I was saying. And the first hint is about 49. So you need 49. You needed 49 of each. Now you can't craft it anymore, basically because they removed the items to craft it, because you needed the firehorn, still have it. The blackstone power, still have it. Powder of flame, still have it. Clear liquid reagent, still have it. However, the last one was Trace of Despair, and due to the cluttering, we don't have any type of trace anymore but the Trace of Nature. So, like, it's not even craftable anymore, this thing. That's not.
And also the threads we are going to see next episode. And also due to the threads that, yeah, because there are puzzles in Atoraxxion, Seakraken, and whatnot.
Will ask us to do To do threads.
Huh?
We'll do the threads.
We have to proceed, my love.
True.
Do you remember how Vama?
No.
I know exactly what
I-
you're thinking, and my answer is no. No way. It's too dangerous. Why is everyone so eager to keep running into danger?
I don't know, honey. Why are you so eager to bust my balls?
I heard it. That voice coming from the ancient weapon. It definitely said punish the Dark Invaders. It was
Yes.
standing still all this time, but then you approached it and it moved, didn't it? That means it responded to that friend of yours. Who knows how many more of them are waiting on the other side? Nope, it's too dangerous. You could die in there. Don't go! Why is
And
everyone so eager?
hehe. That brat sure seems to care for others, but now she's told us not to go. I want to go even more, right? Okay. Oh, wait.
Still the Black Spirit, yeah.
Oh, sometimes these quests are not chained properly, so... Do you think the brat might actually know how to open Talibra's door? Hehe. Go on, ask her. Ask if she's worried that her precious friends have gone to such a dangerous place. So now we show Yaz how to actually do manipulation.
Why is everyone so eager to keep running into danger?
We ask her if she's worried about her friends.
Of course I'm worried, but I'm sure my friends are fine. They must be. Besides, they don't have an evil little companion with them like you do. It's always with you, isn't it?
I love that she gives for granted that she straightforward knows now how Atoraxxion works. Because we will find out that not all the biomes of Atoraxxion work the same.
My
Yeah.
friends aren't the ones in danger. You are. So don't you dare even think about it.
What can you even do? You're like it's just like half our size. We can just stomp on her by accident. I took down that Asian weapon easily.
Whatever. Do I look like a fool?
Yes.
I'll have you know I've been in the secret guards for 10 years. Do you know how many ancient weapons are hidden throughout the world?
Yes.
Huh. Well, maybe that ancient weapon was the weakest one of them.
Yeah, and they'll come whenever we do anything or not.
Yeah, she said they would, didn't she? And she
Yep.
wasn't wrong, I
Yeah.
can tell you. And that woman's voice I heard. Who was that? Fine, you persuaded me. I'm coming with you and that's that. So, I found records about Talibrae's door in Martha's journal. Why is everyone so eager to keep running into danger?
Remember, Talbra is here, according to the thing we read.
According to Martha's curious records, we need to use a device to open and close the door. This device has the word Soul Magia written on it. We need a device to open and close the door? That's annoying.
Foreshadowing.
Probably need to find something to power the Soul Magia. Now, what did Martha name that fuel again? Talibrae's tear? Oh, that is so like Martha. Why is everyone so...
And no, don't touch it, because this is something that we are going to do next time when we are going to play Vamalkia. As I said, Atoraxxion is formed by 4 biomes. For now, they released Vamalkia, Sikrakia, then Modern Weather and Winter, Yolonakia, and we are still missing Orzekia because we keep getting Land of the Morning Light. And the first one is indeed Vamalkia, and we are going to show the biome next time. This was more about the introduction of Atoraxxion.
Yeah, so again, this is just the introduction to Atoraxxion. You could see how they were trying to set up the scene. Some things still make sense, some things it's kind of risky, because again, Serendia has not been reworked, so they had to make assumptions. And now they have to be very careful how they will rework Serendia, otherwise this whole storyline will not hold up, at least the beginning, which is the weakest link of Atoraxxion. Like, if you were to take the secret guards out of Atoraxxion, it would be actually fun. trying to figure everything out by your own, because you know it's kind of the whole point. Unfortunately, they're trying to sell these secret guards with the scuffed guards, and here there's still a meme, like you know that Lafi and Martha disappeared. Somehow they disappeared with all of the money, which doesn't make sense, really, because you're telling me they're carrying around like 100G gold bars while like investigating ruins. Like, you see why I don't believe it?
Probably they have access to the secret guard bank, the secret bank.
Yeah.
Not to be confounded with the Bank of...
And here, like, Yaz is kind of like the main secret guard we interact with, and Yaz is basically that mosquito that just like keeps buzzing to keep you awake at night. And it's always like so disappointing.
And you'll have to deal with her for all the three biomes released now of Atoraxxion. Like, the only thing that I'm happy about the fact that we are going to replay the End of the Morning Light is that our companion Dulce is one of the best alongside with Lando, because in my opinion what really makes a difference of a voice acted like of a good main quest, generally speaking, is the quality of your companions. Because Atoraxxion per se is a very interesting concept, but having to deal every fucking time with the secret guards is like just no.
Yeah.
Same thing about Ulukita and having to be the fucking babysitter of Baritz the Third. While, for example, in Mountain of Eternal Winter, we will see how our main companion is Lando, and another character that will come back. And Mountain of Eternal Winter is my favorite main quest so far. Probably because I'm a guardian, yes. But also because, in my opinion, the companions we have there are very, like, 10 out of 10. Yeah. And second place, Dulce.
My favorite questline is the one when they talk about the ocean. Anyway, so if you want to find out about Atoraxxion, see us next time when we're gonna be tackling it for sure. In the meantime, stay cheesy breezy, friends. See you all next time. Bye. Bye.